Most people love showing the beautiful things that full-time trading can give to us, but very few people like talking about the struggles. So today, Tom and I share some of those struggles, some of those common trading errors, and how we're working through them in the Blackshirt Club, in our everyday life, and how that is improving our P&L. So sit back and enjoy today's video. All right, traders, we're talking about the struggles of full-time trading. Now, we're going to dive deep into some of the common trading mistakes that Tom and I have made over the last month or two. We're going to talk about how we even know what mistakes we're making. We're going to cover a lot. So Tom, I appreciate you being here, bro. Are you excited for this topic? It's probably not one of those like super positive videos about like the day trading lifestyle. It's kind of like the opposite approach, but I think that's why we're going to get some clicks here and people are going to want to hear what we have to say about this. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be good, especially because I think we're both going to talk about something that's very similar. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts on how we can stop doing this in the future.
Well, it's funny. Me and Tom plan to film these videos because we want to get everybody's attention directed at something. And today, I want to let you guys know the Blackshirt Club is open for enrollment. Now, we are capped at 15 traders. So once we hit 15, we close enrollment and we move to a waitlist period. This is a 12-week mentorship program that Tom and myself and James have been running for months now. And as we are now ready to accept some new people, I put a link in the description to this video, and it's on our website too. You can book a free call with me. And if you're interested in the mentorship from the three of us, from funded full-time traders, book the free call. Let's hop on and see if it would be a good fit for you. It won't be a good fit for everybody, right, Tom? We have to be honest about that because the workload is intense. You're going to see the spreadsheet here in a second. Like, it's not for everybody, but for the guys that are trying to get funded, scale up, whether they have a funded account and they want their second, or they don't have one and they want to pass, the Blackshirt Club is built to help you get that done in 12 weeks or less. Tom, you are one of our more recent success stories who was able to get this done. And now you've been able to move in the direction of multiple funded accounts like James. And I think that being able to work with guys like you and me who have done it is the difference maker, right? Like, it's way different to just be selling a course versus being able to hop on and trade with somebody live every single day like you do in the Blackshirt Club, you know?
Yeah, I owe a lot to the Blackshirt Club when it first started last year. So yeah, I'm forever grateful for being a part of the Blackshirt Club and now being honored to pass on my sort of progress and the experience that I've got, and then trying to help other people achieve exactly what I'm going through at the minute. So yeah, passing on my knowledge is great. I'm really looking forward to working with these serious traders. And you're absolutely right. We are looking for serious traders. The workload is intense, as you're about to see.
Yeah.
But they're the people we want to be working with.
Yeah. So we'll start and jump in here. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see. This is Habit Tracker month 2. So it looks like a lot. I'm just going to look at the top of the screen here. What we see in the left side is common trading errors. These are what cause full-time traders to struggle, plain and simple, to tie it into the topic of today's video. And what this tracker does when you're in the Blackshirt Club, it tracks the mistakes, how often you make them every single trading day that you're at the desk. So you can see from week 5 to week 8 of this 12-week booklet, which was last month, basically, I had one trading mistake that stands out amongst all of them, that I missed a trade entry. It happened 7 times. My other mistakes only happened 1 time, and there was only 3 of them. So I got a really high monthly score here. Now, Tom, was this also your most common mistake?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
The last 2 months.
And some people are watching, and I said this to you before, people are watching thinking, how can you say you missed an entry? Like, of course you missed entries every day. When you have a system, which in the Blackshirt Club, I give you the courses that we use to teach people how we trade, you'll understand the entry signals that we're looking for. So it's not just like, oh, this moved today, I should have been in it, missed a signal. No. With the Blackshirt Club, you build a trading plan with your coach, me, Tom, or James, and that plan has rules. Part of those rules will be the pairs, assets you're trading, the time of day that you're trading, the entry signals, the A1, the A2, the D1, the D2. That's all detailed in your plan. So then when we hold you accountable every day to executing on that plan, the question of if I missed an entry signal is just based on if you missed a signal that fits your plan. Right, Tom? You want to add anything to that?
No, I completely agree with that. And I think that's one of the really important things is being able to understand what your edge is ultimately, and whether you missed a trade that was on or off edge.
Yeah.
You can't do that without that information.
Right. Absolutely. And if we take a look, I'll even scroll back here along the bottom and we'll look at my first month habit tracker. The most common mistake the first month was I traded too small. I missed an entry only ended up happening once the first month. So what do you think that says about me, Tom?
Sorry, just repeat that question again. Sorry.
No, I said, sure. I said my most common mistake was I traded too small. I only made the mistake of missing an entry one time. So what do you think that says? That over the course of month 1 to month 2, I dropped off all these other mistakes. I got my sizing right. I traded too large a couple of times. I fixed all that, but then I ended up missing trades more the next month. It's interesting, right? So it's like by maybe tightening too many things, I ended up over tightening, you know?
Yeah. So I think the way I see it is, first of all, huge improvement from month 1 to month 2. Looking at that, you've got a combination of mistakes in month 1. I kind of see it as like, the analogy I'm going to use is like spinning plates. Okay. Looks like you had a lot of spinning plates going on in that first month. You really tried to tighten them down. Something at some point, because you are trying to eradicate so many errors, something's just going to slip. And it was obviously the missed trade. You're tightening up everything else. Like you say, you're focusing so much on correcting everything else, something just slips away.
Yep. Yeah. And what's interesting, and you bring up a good point, is that with this habit tracker, we can see month 1, 92%. You give yourself a B, but month 2, 97%. So like you said, definitely a move in the right direction. Big move, right? So for like people who are watching saying, what do full-time traders struggle with? Well, tweaking and adjusting and adapting and staying alive in current market conditions is a struggle in and of itself. Wouldn't you agree, Tom? Without tracking everything, like how could you even try to manage that?
Yeah, I think it's a constant, and so it is a constant thing. Like we are all students of the game, whether we trade full time or we're not. There's people out there that we look up to that make mistakes all the time, and they've been in the markets for 25 years. Nobody's the perfect product. There is no such thing as a perfect trader. Right. We are all humans. We're all going to make mistakes, but this is why this spreadsheet is invaluable, because it helps us track their mistakes. And all we're trying to do by tracking them is just make them less frequently. Like at the start of my journey or career in trading, whatever, like 5-6 years ago, I'd blow accounts. I would make mistakes. And now all that happens is I still make the same mistakes. I just make them on a lot smaller scale.
Great point.
So when I go on tilt, instead of blowing an account, I might lose 1.5%,
right,
instead of 100%,
right. So, which is a big step in the right direction, because I'm sure there's somebody listening to this that blew an account this week. You know what I mean? But I think you have to separate. Like even now, there are going to be people listening that don't have entry signals like we have, that we teach systematic trading. You have these guys that are just looking at flipping money. And then you have guys that are looking at systematic trading. And if you want to be a systematic trader, which I think is the more profitable way to make money in markets over the long term, you've got to be tracking everything in detail. And that stems into tracking all of the trades. So I have been tracking all of the trades on this phase 1 that I just passed. And now I'm going to start tracking the trades on phase 2. I only have 1 trade this week. But with those data points, with that input, we can see my statistics over the last almost 2 months, we'll say 35 total trades, 80% win rate. I mean, Tom, when I showed you this, you were pretty impressed, right?
Yeah, I could look at this all day. I love dissecting the numbers. 80% win rate at a 1.4% risk reward. I would snap your hands off for that for the next 10 years.
But also I had a huge win that did make a little bit of this bias. Like that afternoon win, you can see I had that 2 trades here in the afternoon. One of them was this huge 6.9% gain that put me over the edge for phase 1. So I think that is skewing the statistics a little bit. But you made a great point. One of the more interesting things, Wednesday, 3 for 5, actually costing me money. And from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., down 0.29%, but doing the most trading at that time. Most amount of trades is in those 2 hours. So
you need
Wednesday,
to stay in bed.
Say again, stay in bed.
Stay in bed.
Stay in bed. Or go to the gym. I could go work out in the mornings and come back. If this is another month where that early morning stuff is not super profitable for me, you'll see me just trade in New York for sure. Why would I argue with the statistics? But the cool thing is, how can you even know what you do best and what you don't do well? How would I even know it's these 2 hours if I didn't track this in detail like this? No, my FX book, FX Blue, they can't track like this spreadsheet can, and anybody can build a spreadsheet, right, Tom? Let's be honest about it. But when you join the Blackshirt Club, it's already all built for you. It's all Tom built this whole thing, automated the whole thing. I get to see what currency pairs I trade really well, what assets I don't trade really well, all of it. It's all detailed here. The entry signals and the grades of those signals. So this is another factor in being a part of the Blackshirt Club. You get to work through the struggles of full-time trading with guys that are, like I said, actively in the markets, actively still making mistakes, just on a smaller scale. Who said that, Tom? Was that Bellafiore or was that Tom Canfield? I feel like I've heard a bunch of traders say that, right? Like, I don't get better. I just make my mistakes smaller.
Yeah. I think a few of them have said that. And it's so true. And I think that's all this is trying to do. It's trying to help us identify the patterns or the behavioral patterns. It gives it us in pure data, black and white. There's no hiding from it, as long as you're honest when you're filling it in.
Right.
And then you sort of tweak it and you just adapt from there.
Right. Exactly. So any other main struggles for you, Tom? I mean, you're now a new dad, in case the YouTube world didn't know. I just broke the news. Tom has recently had a son, right? So when you're trying to trade as your full-time business, does that family stuff hold you back in any way? Because I'm kind of nervous about that when I have a kid. Like, is it going to prevent me from doing my trading business to the level that I'm running it right now?
So I'm not going to lie. I think it does have an impact.
Yeah. How could it not, right? It takes
exactly.
It takes time.
Yeah. And I feel like we have to be at our best to perform as traders. And that lack of sleep can change the way that we think. I think you have to maybe just give yourself a little bit more leniency, listen to your body. I know that my habits on and off the charts bleed into my trading a lot. So if I'm not disciplined and consistent with the habits that we track on that spreadsheet, that there's a correlation between my P&L and the decisions that I make. So Huge. It's definitely being more self-aware
of when you need to back off, basically, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Yeah, completely.
There is something to be said about that flow state when you're trading and that's your main business. Every morning you're waking up, you're looking for, I think too many people rush and get into trading right away, first thing in the morning. They don't meditate. They don't even go outside. They don't drink water. I'm guilty of it sometimes, of course. But I think that too many people prioritize trading over their life and their lifestyle, when in reality, if you fix the life and the lifestyle stuff, the trading would work itself out in some part, right?
Completely.
You still need entry signals, but
yeah, I think it's a lot more important than people probably realize.
Yeah. And that's part of the Blackshirt Club. Like when we think about what do we want to add to the Blackshirt Club next program, I think we want to add something about diet and health and wellness and working out. Like, I think it should be a requirement that every Blackshirt member has something of physical fitness. They all do this program, but I think it's a requirement. You got to move your body every day. Even if it's a walk, like do something, I think that plays into how well you're going to perform. If you eat like shit and you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to try to do something that is extremely difficult? Like, most people lose money in this. So why are you coming to the plate to swing the bat, not your best? That doesn't make any sense. Or in Tom's reference, the tee box.
Yeah.
For the golfers out there, right?
Yeah.
So I think that, trading full time is glamorous to people in the sense of like what they think the time and what they'll do, and they'll have Lambos and stuff. But at the end of the day, you can only get to that point if you master a couple of key psychological hurdles. And I think one of them that we haven't discussed a lot today, but it probably deserves its own video, is full-time trading isn't really being stuck at the desk full-time in trades. Full-time trading is, I'm looking for money. I make the money. I realize gains. I cut losses quick and I realize gains, and then I'm tracking and I'm studying and I'm analyzing and I'm tweaking and where can I be better? Where did I make mistakes? That's trading, and that's not glamorous to everybody. We don't put Lambos in the back of my video and we don't get as many views as the guys that do, but real trading, I mean, look, we're not making this stuff up, Tom. We didn't sit down and plot. You got to have convinced the whole trading community that they got to track everything. Like, no, we're just listening to the guys that made money in this business before us. That's it.
Yeah.
So
let's leave the viewers with some source then. So tell me that missed trades. How are you going to rectify that going into your next month? You've missed 7. You don't want to be missing 7. How are you going to stop missing trades?
Well, I mean, I missed one yesterday. I got a review today really good. I probably missed one today. You can almost say every day you miss one. I think what I really need to be picky on in that question of missed a trade is, am I missing a trade that fits my system, or did I miss money that I might have been able to be in? It's two different things. So like the oil trade today, could that be a trade I consider a trade I missed? Yeah. But was I really focused on oil? Was I going to look at that swapping L50? No, like it wasn't where I wanted to be, you know? So it's like being more picky in that question will help me really figure out, am I missing entries, or am I just looking at money, seeing money move and feeling like I should be in it? So that's the first thing. But then the second thing is like, even at small risk now in phase 2, because I have so much time to pass it, I got to get money in the market. So it's really about like, even at small risk, putting the fundamental or emotional bias that I sometimes have aside and just take the good signals, like the NASDAQ retest when I got back to the desk this afternoon. Put a 0.1 on that, bro. What are we doing? Yeah. What are we doing? We're here to make money. So it's like, I think I have this, and I know you do too, this thing inside me, bro, with a line of being conservative and I'm here to fucking make money and make millions. It's so thin. That line in between them is so thin. So you really have to walk it though. You need to be right there, you know, and it's not easy all the time because I can feel when I want to make money. And I tend to then now, because I've blown every account in the book, I've been down more money than most people. I now just back off. I now am almost too conservative, which you see in the missed trades from last month. So it's just, now I'm in the conservative a little bit. I got to get back to that homeostasis right here. I'm aggressive in making money, but I am conservative taking good signals. And then you take them with good size. And that's when you're right on that line. So that's what I'm going to see. And if I still miss trades, but I make money, I'm going to be like kind of mad at myself, like not that mad at myself, but still kind of mad. But that's why I need you guys to keep pushing me, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is why the TIP, or the Trader Improvement Program, really forces that self-reflection. And it's really interesting seeing you go through that process that we've just talked about trying to make them errors smaller and smaller. So obviously missing less and less trades. That's what the focus is going to be for the next month or so.
Right.
And that ultimately equals more money.
And then other mistakes will creep in. Maybe I end up trading them too small, right? Okay, well, yes. Now I'm not missing trades, but now we're too small. Now we are back at problems from month 1. Let's get back to the right size. So it's a process, you know, it's really, it takes focus. Trading and getting better at trading takes focus. And most people have no focus, no attention span, no focus. So it's difficult, you know, but I think, like you said, tracking everything does 75% of the work for you. It at least points you in the right direction, you know, and then it's up to you to make the change. It's up to us to make the change. And I think that for people who want to be full-time traders, they really got to reassess what that means. Like I said, it means making money. Like you see my statistics, it means making money, not being stuck here to catch every move and stroke your ego. So you're making every win and catching every pip. No, make money, find a strategy that wins, make money, and then tweak it, track it, get better with it. That's all you really need to do, because you're never going to get every trade. You're never going to get every move. No one does, right? So I think you have to let go of that. And that's another struggle full-time traders with. We could keep going, Tom, but like you said, we'll leave people with the sauce. We'll leave it there. So listen, everybody, Blackshirt Club enrollment is open. Book a call with me. Link is in the description. If you want to work with me and Tom, if you want the spreadsheet, you want the courses, you want to trade with us every day, book the call. Let's see if it's a good fit. It's 10 minutes of your time. It's totally free for me and for you. I think it'll be more people than not. It'll be beneficial for it to hop on 10 minutes and let's see if it'll be a good fit to bring you into the program. So Tom, thank you for the questions, my friend. It was a good little video here. I appreciate it. And I know everybody else does too.
No, thank you.
Absolutely, bro. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much. Make sure you're subscribed and happy trading.